Hello, everyone. This is a Girl Scout financial worksheet how to. Um, I will help you determine how to submit your financial worksheet. We're going to actually walk through the submission of mine. If you are not familiar with submitting a financial worksheet, there is a link. You should go to obviously you should go to the girlscoutcsa.org website. And the fastest way to get to that is just hit search finances. So it'll pull up Troop Finances. And when you scroll down on the screen, there's the Troop budgeting sheet. And if you get down, the third drop down is Troop financial worksheet. So complete the financial worksheet, gather 6 months of bank statements, December through May, and submit via volunteer toolkit. You click here. This is downloadable. It's an Excel file. You could also use it in Google Sheets. Something that you might want to consider is not waiting to the last minute for this, because it can be somewhat a daunting task if your troop spends a lot of money. If you don't have that many transactions, it can go very quickly. So this is where you click to download the financial worksheet. I encourage everyone to go ahead and start working on this because it is due June 15th. Let me repeat, it is due June 15th. So we store our financial worksheet in a Google Drive for our troop. As you can see, this starts the beginning of June and then it runs to the end of May. My worksheet has a little bit of formatting on it that others may not see. It's just this column here. The only difference is if it's an income, it's green. If it's an expense, it's red. The reason I do that for me is my troop typically has a lot of transactions, so it helps me reconcile. To fill it out, you put in the vendor, the item, whether it's an expense or an income, and then it'll calculate out. First thing here needs to be the ending balance at end of May 2024. So you opened a checking account. This year, you're a new troop, it would be 0. And then you go from there. And each line item is just like a check register. It is carried over. I caution you to not try to mess with anything. As you can see here, I have turned these fonts black so I can see where the formulas are at, but all of that is hidden in a white font. You don't want to mess with any links or anything because it can corrupt the files within these spreadsheets. As you fill each line item out, date, location, you should have the corresponding receipt as well. What our troop has is a giant binder, honestly, and each month has the bank statements, and then it has the receipts that go with those bank statements in a page protector, and then you flip it over the next month and the receipts that go with that, so on. You're supposed to keep those for 7 years. So as you can imagine, as a troop of our size and our activity level, it's a 3-inch binder for us. After those 7 years, you can shred that documentation. So as you just go down, you go through everything. And when you get to the end, we've highlighted some stuff for our trips. You want to go to the income statement. The categories you select on income and expenses make a difference because that's what adds up. And when you get down here, you want to enter your bank statement amount at the end of May 2025. And when you enter that amount, see where that arrow is just the only one you enter, it should come out to 0. Often, if it does not come out to 0, it's because, for instance, I'm going to select here, instead of troop supplies activities spent, I'm going to select troop dues collected. And you can see in my spreadsheet, it turned it green. This is why I have that conditional formatting. So when I go to my income statement, that difference is the amount I am off. So if that amount in the difference area looks familiar, like, oh, we had a transaction like that previously, you might want to check that the category is selected properly. Oftentimes, if this balance matches the bank statement, and then you have a difference here, it's in the category selection. As you can see, our troops going to Orlando, so we were highlighting our expenses. Once you have your file done, you want to download it, and then you want to go to VTK. To get to VTK, you're going to go to your MyGS. And when you get to My GS, you'll have that My Account login option. I'm already logged in, as you can see, so it didn't give an option for it, but you would log in and then click My Account at the top. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see Volunteer Toolkit. BTK is Volunteer Toolkit. You're going to want to collect Volunteer Toolkit. I find it helpful to have my financial worksheet open for this part. And you also want to have your, is this your first year as a Girl Scout troop leader? No. Don't show this again. Okay, close. Up here, finance level. Make sure you're selected under your troop, just in case. And these categories are going to match your financial worksheet income statement. So I tend to like to do side by side for this. So go back to BTK and just type in. You type in everything that you have for your categories, just like you would. You do have to include the decimal. It doesn't automatically just assume it's dollar. You do have to do the decimal. And then cookie program collected 2929. And then other income. I don't like the category specifically because it doesn't have like returns and things like that. But I usually add a note. Other income includes any product returns. And then do the same for expenses. So down here, membership fees paid, we paid $1,575 in Girl Scout membership aid. And then 308, 38, product, 29,435. Girl Scouts, troop activities. This one's a big one this year because, like I said, we're taking a trip. And then it'll have your total expenses, should match. Go down here, starting balance. This is what's going to be here. That's coming from your May statement. It's going to carry over what you had last year. And then your ending balance should match. Bank name first. Horizon. I have no idea. Grove. And then it's also include the last four of your checking account number. I do not have that offhand. I'm hitting tab, but I don't know where my cursor is going. Rebecca Ramos is our second signer. And then what's the status of your troop? We're returning. Service unit name, Mountain View. Number is 246. And then I'm going to add attachments. If you pull up your bank statements, so I've downloaded mine previously. As you can see, it was like a zip file. If you pull up your bank statements, it should have the last four of your account right there. There we go. And you go to preview and add attachments. So that's the report summary. Add attachments. Yeah, where are my attachments? Okay, add attachments. I don't think I had any blanks. Preview and send report. Check that your information correct. You cannot change the financial report once it's finished. Interesting. This is why I love BTK. Enter sarcastic here. All right, so I clicked it. It seems like there's a glitch. Not the first time. When in doubt, send it to info@. So what I do from a troop standpoint is we go and we provide a an email to council as well because VTK is under updates during the summer. So in the event it doesn't get going, I hit info@girlscoutcsa.org and I put Girl Scout Troop 21029 financial report 2024-2025. I also throw a courtesy copy to my personal email. And then I attach everything. So I've already downloaded our financial report. So downloads and open. And then I'm also going to include, I don't think that'll let me drop tag. I'm going to have to do it the old fashioned way. I'm going to include the downloads of the 6 banking statements. And as you can see, the download files tend to be a little bit bigger. That's why they only ask for 6. So that's going to include it as well. And then sometimes you can add a note. Please find attach the financial report 2024-2025 for Girl Scout Troop 21029. Thank you. Oop. And I'm going to copy my co-lead as well. So she has it in her inbox. And then I'm going to click send. So, and then we're going to see if we can get this gosh darn. Your information is saved. Preview and review attachments. Here we go. There we go. Sometimes you just have to refresh. Add an attachment. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yes, and submit now. Typically, when you send it in, you get a confirmation email to the account that has sent it. And so if you notice it says 6, that's the 6 months of thing. And then it's been submitted to Ken. Thank you for submitting. If you have any questions about it, you have any concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself. Katie Young can also be your resource if you need her. But you also need to, actually, I can't throw Katie under the bus. This is the first year she's filling it out herself. So she may be reaching out to me. But call LJ, call council. There was a workshop last week. If you still need help, please do not hesitate to reach out. You have to get this done by the 15th. The whole reason why this is an important document is because this gives council an account of the money and the plans for the money and where it went in the past year for your troop. And they have to have that for every single troop in our council. So if you imagine every single troop in our area, every single troop in the central area, every single troop in the entire council, that's a lot of money. And in order to maintain our 501c status, i.e. tax exempt for us, that's the big impact, that information has to be filed with the IRS and it has to be on hand. So that's the why. The financial report is the how. And it can prevent you from participating in the next product sale until that's resolved. So please make sure you get that done. Again, any questions, contact myself. The more streamlined it can be for your troop if you do it throughout the year. As you can see, mine was quite extensive. We have a larger troop, but I didn't wait till now just to do it. I just enter it in just like a checkbook. So again, hopefully this was helpful and I will see everyone at the annual planning meeting we have tomorrow. Thank you.